roll them to either side, doesn't matter which side. There we go, nose to nose.
And you're just going in circles?
Yep,
or just straight
in
up
circles, straight up and down, that's it exactly. Yep. And you can start right at the bottom of the spine, Jim. Yep. And you can start with your fingertips. So let me show you here with Benjamin so that you can come and he's right over there. I usually hook a leg around like this, kind of just to secure them. Then you can make it so that you take your fingertips right from the lower back and up.
Okay.
And like that. So that this is just going to be secure now and stay in one place. And then you can rub the back like that. And they will, in his arching and rolling, want to roll back. And you try and wind them into a place so that I have my arm here and I can also hold on to one of their arms, but then I'm pushing towards me and you start right at the sacrum. And let your fingers run up and down either side of the spine.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a furrow. Do-si-do here. So you can also then spread out your fingers so one finger is on either side of the spine.
Okay.
And that's a very good position if they're upset in their tummy because the warmth of your hand like that really helps.
So we just grab the baby and flip him on his side, like this. And then just start off sort of by slow rubbing in circles with both hands just to get them a little bit warmed up.
And we're told that if the baby gets fussy, that could be something moving in their body, and then they can unfuss, like it can actually be better after. So you can tolerate a little bit of fussing.
Not to worry too much about the fussiness.
Benjamin might be hard.
Oh, you're both sides, I see.
Yeah, sort of.
At the same time,
He's so small though that you don't have a lot of room to move. Yeah, just sort of a gentle, slow rubbing a little bit to get him
He usually hates getting wet, so I'm
Get
surprised
him
he tolerated this.
greased and started. And then from there, you can stay stationary with this one and sort of grab this hand
Yeah.
and sort of the leg over, and then just go up the back and down. So sort of up the back and down. It's a little effleurage. So I sort of go up the middle and then down one side, and then up and then after that, just sort of spread your fingers a bit and go on either side of the spine up the muscles,
Oh, okay. That's what I
and
was
then
doing.
just back
Oh, I
down.
see. Okay.
You can get into Allison if you want to see.
And the pressure's more on the upstroke.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's take them face up and we're going to start right here at the bottom of the abdomen and do an effleurage that's going to go right up and around the shoulders and down the sides. So you're starting right here and going up right over the sternum. Perfect. And right up and over. Excellent.
Deltoids and back down.
That's it.
Side.
That's it. Perfect.
Couple, 3 times.
Yes, I do it 2 or 3 times. So now we're going to go across the tummy and ring. And again, my hands will look like the perfect fit, but your hands are the most perfect fit. Being the dad, you've got, yeah, and you can take that thumb with you so it stays alongside the other fingers.
Oh,
there
I
you go.
And
Yeah.
which one of these massages is the most effective at relieving gas?
Oh yeah, this is part of
one
it.
is?
Yeah, we're going straight for the gas first.
Okay.
So being able to ring the tummy is a very big deal, as you can hear over there. And being able then to do some specific strokes for the abdomen. So once we've got the tummy well rung, what we're going to do are little tiny fingertip kneadings. Now his abdomen would like to be emptying on this side, on his left side. Where they run into problems is the small intestine in the middle hooks up to the large down here. Then it goes up against gravity. And not that he's standing up these days. And across, transverse, and down the descending. So we tend to go in this direction, around and around. So let's start with a overhanded palmar kneading. So one hand will stay on the whole time and the other hand will hop over. It's exactly the same stroke that we do when we're teaching pregnancy massage for big, big tummies. And you can keep that thumb alongside your other fingers again. Very nice. Now let's get down to that nitty gritty. And we're going to work like this, taking our fingertips and work very specific. I call it reinforced fingertip kneading. And we're just going in a square. Now down here in the corners, linger. And especially on this left side, Jim. And then you kind of drag across the lower abdomen where the bladder is. And then you start again. And accentuate that corner. Come on up to the ribs. Accentuate that corner. And then again. So just try that. And what I do is I do those nitpicky strokes like that, then I go back to a general stroke and smooth it out. Yeah, and chase it with the other hand. So do that overhanded palm or two, and that way we've got them. So it erases the memory of something that might have been a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then do the ringing. So we'll go back out all the way and then ring right across. Now I'm going to show you some other ones that are good for releasing gas and loosening things up. So this is called a running vibration. So it's the same thing. We're going around like this. Now the thing to do is to develop your tolerance for doing this while he's feeling pleasant. Because when you do it when they're popping real tears, you'll feel like you should stop. But boy, if you can keep going, it will relieve a lot of discomfort. And it's more like yeah, that's it. And he had a very good response. It takes relaxation to have a pee, Jim, so that was a very good one. Okay. Now where I'd like you to emphasize is the left. So now we're just going to really shake in that corner. Yep, yep. Good work. Too slow. Very nice.
So one hand, so you want to rub in this direction, which I guess is clockwise.
Okay.
Because apparently the intestine,
Oh yeah.
the
Comes
large
around
intestine
like
comes
that.
up here, goes over, and then down into the colon over here.
Okay.
So you want to go in that direction. So you sort of start with one hand going this way,
Yeah.
and then the other hand
More.
follows it,
Oh.
and then skips over top. I don't know. It's the same as when you massage the pregnant belly.
Yeah.
It's just much smaller.
How much pressure are you doing here? Actually,
Not tons. Just sort of about that much.
Oh, okay. More than I was doing actually.
He's got really big feet and hands. His hands are really meaty.
And after that guy, we go into the reinforced finger one. So you sort of put your hand like that,
Yeah.
and then put the other fingers on top,
Okay.
and then make small circles. And you start down in the sort of in the corner above the hip.
Okay.
So probably start on this guy because you want to go up and across
Oh
that
right.
way.
Okay.
And if he stops kicking me, there we go. And then
Quite
you
tight.
move in that same direction in tight little circles. And Christine was saying that you sort of stop in the corners a little bit
Oh okay.
and move for a bit, and then move across.
Underneath. So you're going
Stop
right
in the
underneath the
corner.
ribs. Is
Yeah,
that where you're?
yeah, just right underneath the rib there. I'm actually hitting the top of the rib with my finger there. And then down into the corner, and this one's the colon here. And then you just sort of skip across the bladder.
So now when are you guys doing the massage? Like, do you do it before a bath or after a bath or just
Well,
whenever?
we've really only done it like the full massage the one time with Christine, because it was only a day or two ago, right?
Right.
But there's a couple of things that we do more regularly, like every time he has gas, which is the leg pumping and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Which I'll
And
show
I've
you.
done the stomach bone when he has gas.
Yeah, sometimes
Oh,
I sort of
okay.
do the rubbing a bit to help,
Hey buddy.
because it's not, when they're fussy, it's not as easy to get them undressed and sort of do this whole
Yeah.
thing. So you sort of do the ones that are easy while they're
Pick your.
dressed, or at least that's what we've been doing.
Before bath time would be good though, right? 'Cause they'll be naked
Oh, yeah.
and
But I mean, he seems quite, he seems happy. He's not upset. But, I don't know. This is the way it was
And
shown.
concentrate on the corners more.
Yeah, same thing. You sort of concentrate in the corners or pause there for a minute, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, that's such a nice one, I guess, eh?
So you could just be moving gas bubbles out.
Right. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Having a little contemplation there.
This is called alternate hand, something or other. Just to sort of undo all that. And then back to the rigging.
So let's turn them around so that they're facing you again. And then you can pull them just a little closer. And then what we're going to do is the leg pumping. So we'll go one leg, the other leg. And when you go like this, you can do a little slower and more of a press. So we alternate, then we do double like that. And you really squeeze. And then straighten it way out. And you can see, like, when they're with a lot of tension, they'll hold their legs out straight and stiff. So you really want to try and get them tucked up like that, and then straighten it out, and then tuck up. And the third one is all tucked up, and then rotate around. 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other direction, like that. And the trick here is that they don't have fully developed hips, or they'd be running around like a colt. So what you want to do is keep the knees a little closer together. They're so strong.
He does, yeah.
Benjamin just lifts right off the launch pad there.
Usually
And
he'll cooperate
straight.
with it, but sometimes he decides he doesn't want to.
That's amazing. Isn't it?
Yoo-hoo! And you just confuse them. Yoo-hoo! Here we go. Come on. Oh, there we go.
Little spit action.
There we go. And especially when these folks need the gas relief, you can see, so that you keep the knees towards the midline. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. And once you get up there, you stay for a bit because it took so much to get there in the first place. Yeah. There you go. And now we can alternate. One leg, then the other leg. Alternate leg pumping is really the easiest one. Okay, and then let's do 2 together. So tuck up and then stay there. So make a little package like this and then rotate. So what? That's it. You keep it nice and tight and then right around there 3 times. And then the other way. So remember, because they pee a lot, you want to have one of those official heating pads underneath your blankets and your toweling, you know, with the plasticize, waterproof, all that kind of stuff. And it can keep them warm for quite a while you're massaging.
So she was saying, get your finger right in behind the crease of the knee, okay? So it makes it easier to bend it. And then the first one is sort of alternate leg pumping. So it's a bit hard with him because he resists.
Yeah, no
So
kidding.
what you want to actually do is sort of squish it up into his stomach. So see how it squishes his stomach a bit, and it puts pressure on the intestines and helps get the gas out. So I try and sort of work with him a bit because he likes to push.
Actually on an alternating.
And then just sort of hold and push a bit. And then, and because that one's difficult sometimes, the next one is you do both knees up.
Yeah.
Oops. So just sort of same thing, pump it back and forth with both knees. Yeah.
Harrison's gonna sleep.
Yeah, sort of helps. And she was saying that if they resist a bit, you can sort of waggle them.
Hey guys, it's okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're hungry again.
Oh.
Possible.
Okay, and then we got
Stuff going
and then we
on.
got the both.
Double pump?
Yeah, so pump sort of out the back. Can you let me? Look at this.
They're so cute.
See how he starts to calm down a bit sometimes? Maybe not. And then the third one, which is the one that really seems to get him out the most, is you, come on, squish their legs up again. Come on. Like that. And then get a grip on them. And then you sort of slowly,
like a kind of hip rotation.
yeah, roll. And she was saying like 3 times. So you sort of squish into their stomach a bit. And down. You go one way like 3 times and then the other way. Sort of 3 times. And this is the one that, those 3 are the ones that we sort of, if he's gassy in the middle of the night, that's what we do. And usually he just farts away and he's fine.
I'll take the inside leg on each, and you guys can practice on the outside leg. We're going to start, you can take that one. Jim, we're going to start with an effleurage. So we're going to go up the outside of the leg with the outside hand, right up to the hip. And around the back of the hip, including the gluteals, glide back to the beginning, and then switch hands. And then we're going to go up the inside, just to the groin and the adductors, and back.
And then back on the...
To the ankle, you got it. And when you do pressure with this stroke, everyone, the pressure is always up towards the heart and no pressure coming back. So it's a split effleurage. And when you do the outside, you go way, way up and around the hip. And very nice. Excellent. Okay, now this time, let's get up there and stay in the hip underneath. And what we're going to do is open up the circulation to that extremity. So I'm pushing against the surface like that, Jim, and lifting up. That's good. And you'll notice they reflexly will lift even higher, right? So that really gets the whole hip muscle moving, which really helps the indications for gas. It will help open up at this end for the rectum and the sigmoid colon, and it'll give it a chance to respond. Okay, and let's try the hardest stroke. This alternate thumb kneading is really tricky. So we're going to go up with one thumb and out, up with the other thumb and out. So alternate one side and the other side. Yep,
So
and then
this
that
is
one
going
goes outside. And then what you do is you try and overlap them so they're covering the same surface. Excellent. Good, and then let's keep going, Jim, all the way down to the knee. So get right down to the patella, the kneecap, and it's a moving target. You know, they'll move their legs in and out, which is just fine. Very nice. And then this is where we run into all sorts of excitement because they are naturally bowed, you know, until they're standing up on these legs. It'll feel very much like, yeah, because the tibialis anterior, the only muscles are really on the outside of the leg, and you really feel it when they're little like that. So with your big thumbs, you have to make little tiny strokes, and they're way over on that side. So it's really confining you. That's it. Yep, that's great. And you work your way down to the ankle, Jim. Nice work, Thomas. And you can be even more firm with your thumbs. And then when we get to the foot, we're going to do it this way. And a lot of them still have the Babinski reflex, where the toes go in different directions. Very good. Yep, we're getting there. Nice work. Very nice. Okay, we've got the half done legs here. And the last thing we're going to do is the ringing. So nothing's going wrong. When they get fussy, remember, they're relaxing. It's just it looks fussy and way more negative kind of excitement than when we get relaxed. So now you do the ringing like this, across, or we can have them this way, and we can do the ringing like this. So this is about the adaptation. I never would do this on a big person like an adult, but on babies it's easy to do that kind of ringing. So you can take that one, Jim. I'll take this one. And you can ring by putting both hands.
So big.
There you go. No, it's just that that hand goes that way. Halfway there, halfway there. I'm shorter. It's to do with height. See, I'm going like this. There we go. And then we ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
All up and down. And when you get to the foot, then you can hold like this and then take your palm and go around and around. Oh, these guys are going to sleep well. That's it. That's exactly it.
Underneath, sort of like this. Where did it go? Something like that, I believe.
He doesn't have a lot of leg to do, so.
No, it's pretty small to ring and right in down into the foot. Just like on the body, you sort of start with the ring.
Cute little feet, eh?
And everything. And then, do you know the alternate thumb kneading? Did you
Oh,
do that
yeah.
with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do the same thing, it's just really small on
From the
him.
top.
So, yeah, you can start sort of right up in the joint and go all the way down, and then same thing on the outside. So,
Yeah.
and then there's a sort of a muscle you can feel in the shin there, sort of just on the inside of the shin bone.
Okay. Inside.
Yeah, sort of just right
I
in
feel the
there.
one on the outside, but. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been getting cold feet, so we've got these little socks for him now.
Maybe we should put socks on more often.
And she was saying it gets sort of right up into the hip. I'm trying to remember if that was from this side or if we waited until we did that from the other side. I guess it doesn't matter.
Are you doing the inside?
I sort of went down around here. I might have just got a little ahead of you.
You're ahead of me.
You seem happier now.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
the feet seems to.
Yeah, he likes having his feet rubbed. That was one thing my mom figured out early on. She started rubbing his feet and he just would calm right down.
That's cute.
Yeah, and she was saying with the feet, the other thing you can do is sort of grab the foot and just work it with like your
Oh,
the edge of your hand or your palm heel.
Oh, they have a reflex to curl, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have good yoga toes.
Yeah,
Nice to be able to keep that.
wouldn't it?
I'm good actually.
Oh boy, hey, squinty-eyed guy.
And maybe now you'll sleep for 6 hours, Alison. Be so relaxed.
Yeah, I'm fine with 3, really.
After our massage thing, he slept for 3 hours.
Oh, really?
3 hour nap. 2 till 5, I couldn't believe it.
Promising, promising.
Oh, that'd be good.
We're going to start with an appareage. So up one side and around the shoulder. Very nice. And then up the inside. Yep. And we do the outside here to the top. And around. Yep. And then we do the inside. Just to the armpit. Yeah. Very good. And then this time we'll do single-handed thumb kneading like that. And you can come all the way. And you hold on with this hand to that hand. There we go. Oh yeah. Good response. And then alternate thumb kneading, Jim. That's it. That's good. Alternate thumb kneading. We're going to have a choir soon. And then all down. And then we can work right into the hand. Now they'll get a grip on the hand when you come down here. There you go. And then ultimately we corkscrew each finger. These fat little fingers and these tiny little fingers. There we go.
Well, we keep the mother away from the crying baby for so long.
They're not crying. They're making noise. So what you're doing, in effect, is you're tiring them intentionally. So when we get tired, you know, we have a nice stretch and we go to sleep. And always the reaction at this point is what is a pre-sleep reaction. Okay, so I would start traditionally here, up and around and down. That's it, right? And start there and up and around. So you can see when you're teaching those partners of yours, you would explain the fussiness. And how would you explain it?
The fussiness?
Yes. There's a number of things that are, and then we're going to do that alternate thumb kneading like this, all the way down the erector
I
spina.
can tell you what it is. This one's hungry.
Yeah. Well, what we do when we do the massage is you actually accelerate that hunger thing.
Okay, now we're into the legs.
Yeah. Well, we're going all the way from here.
Okay, so you're coming up.
We're doing the alternate thumb kneading down these spinal muscles. So what you're doing with the massage is accelerating everything. So you accelerate the relaxation and you get this fussiness. You also get them with a real appetite ready to go. So when we're doing the alternate thumb kneading, if you look here, we can see how this little guy has put the erector spinae muscles into use. He's lifting here and lifting there, and they're working all the time. Look at that. There they are. So those are the ones that we're after. And these are really big head lifters. So, yeah. So you can put both thumbs on one side, Jim. Yeah. Now, if you think this is hard for moms, it really is the same for dads. But they're hands-on, so they know that everything is doing okay. And come on down to the lower back. And then in the lower back, you can get a grip like this, and you can do right in the center. Now, this is really important for colicky babies, is to work the sacrum, because this is where the nerve supply is coming from for the abdomen, is the lumbar area, those 4 or 5 vertebrae, and right on the sacrum. Good work. And then the hips again. So you can have that hip on this one. So really work the hips with your alternate thumb kneading. That's good. So that alternate thumb kneading we can use all the way down. Right down into the calves. So you can see here that this fellow on this side has found his fist, so he's hauling away on the left side. And they're both working their way towards their hands.
It's not chubby yet.
There you go.
Oh, hey.
I'm just going to do a back massage. Red bum. Start with the effleurage. Get you greasy, Opie.
Needs a little more. Their skin really soaks it up.
That's good. I'm glad. Oh, wow. Hello.
Versus how to say it.
They like to suck their fingers when they're on their tummy. I've noticed anyway.
It might just be easier because the hand is like for him. He has no control,
Right.
so if
It's right in front of
yeah,
his face.
exactly.
I'll chew on that.
Drop this hand up there, right, buddy? There you go. Put your legs back now.
And then the alternate thumb kneading again,
From the
basically.
top then?
Yeah, I think she just went down one side and up the other,
Okay. Any...
if I'm not mistaken. Or did she come down both times? I can't remember, to tell you the truth. And then she was saying at the bottom, right, sort of right above their crack, you know, on their sacrum. If you do the alternate thumb kneading there, that especially if they're sort of colicky or really fussy, I guess it helps stimulate the nerves that are attached to the digestive system. So just right in that area.
No real sense of time these days.
No.
And we drove by at school. I'm like, oh, is it a school day? Feels like a month of Sundays.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
totally lose track.